Hi guys, I would like to show you what we call icon-free desktop. Icon-free desktop. You can see at the moment the default is that icons all over the screen. You've got all the container icons here, various other little applications and utilities over in the top corner, and then you've got down there in the corner down in the bottom we've got all the drive partitions, and a few other specialized ones over here. So how can we get all those off the desktop and still access them all? Well, what happens is we can move all of them down into the tray. But then of course you will ask the question, isn't the tray going to become extremely cluttered with all of that stuff in the tray? And the answer is yes. Let's consider how it will work. If I go to the menu, desktop category, there's an item here called Move Icons Tray or Desktop. Okay, we've got the same thing at the top here in this alternative menu system. Move Icons Tray or Desktop. Okay, if we choose that, here we've got a choice. What we call radio buttons. Icons on the desktop or icons in the tray. Now I'm going to have to make this into two separate videos and join them together, because as soon as I move icons in the tray, the X server will have to restart. So that will kill this recording. So basically what I'm going to do is click on that, and well, firstly I'll stop the recording and then click on that so that the X server will then restart. All the icons will then be in the tray, and then I can show you how it all works. So we do that, and before I click on continue, I will just stop this recording. Okay. And here it is, icon-free desktop. Isn't that lovely? Everything is down in the tray, but notice that the tray is not all that crowded. I've got two applications running, the web browser, and I've got this chappy. So where is everything? The container icons are missing, all those other applications are missing, the partitions are missing. Well, they're all down in here, in the tray. So that's just along the bottom here, these are all the icons that were in the top left corner before. The actual partition icons are here. So we've got the normal menu in the left corner, extreme left corner, got the normal menu, okay, as per normal. But now we've got all the partition icons are also in a pop-up menu. So any one of these, we can choose to mount them just the same way, just by clicking on it. So if I that one for example, it's telling me that's an ext4 file system. What else have we got here? Okay, we've got this one's already mounted, okay, SDA2. If you want to unmount it, you just select that. Because we don't have a close box anymore, because we don't have an icon on the desktop, you unmount it just by clicking on that. So we can mount any one of these. Like this one for example, we can mount it just by choosing it, and now it's mounted. Okay, so we bring back the pop-up menu again, and you see there, now we can choose unmount, and it's unmounted. Very simple. Now what about the containers? They were up here before. The containers are now down here. Containers, and there we go. So we can just click on any one of those and start a container. Or if the container is already running, we can flip into the container just by choosing it. So it's the same thing, but the containers, all those icons are now hidden as pop-up menus in the tray. So that's why the tray does not become overly crowded. It is fairly crowded, but there's still plenty of space, and enough space there for 2 or 3 or 4 applications to fit in nicely. I will show you one extra thing. There is some documentation on this. Oh, one extra thing before I just remember it. On the desktop, we have the normal right-click for the menu, but also the middle mouse button on the mouse, which is usually a scroll wheel on most mouses or mice. If I just click the scroll wheel, that's where we get the partitions. Same pop-up menu of partitions as we had down on the bottom there. So again, we can click on one of these and mount it and unmount it. Also, if you just rotate the scroll wheel a little bit on the desktop, we get the containers. So same thing again. So these are just quick little ways of bringing up the partitions or bringing up the containers. So I just thought I'd tell you that. If you want documentation on all of this, if you go to easyos.org, if you click on how and why EasyOS is different and you scroll down, there is a little section explaining this is an itemized list of all the different ways in which EasyOS is different from any other Linux distribution, and there are lots and lots of differences. And one of those, if I haven't missed it, there it is, icon-free desktop. So it's got a couple of links there, and one of them is this one, which just shows a bit of an overview, introduction to the icon-free desktop. It shows you how you can bring up the partition icons and bring up the container icons. So this was actually written quite a while ago, a much earlier version of Windows. So that was March 2022. EasyOS 3.4.4, which is eons ago. At the rate that EasyOS is progressing, that's ages ago. EasyOS progresses at a rapid pace, always continuous, onwards, new things happening, new developments, new ideas. It's not a fixed thing. So I just thought I'd show you that. Very interesting. If you really want this icon-free desktop, I can put this away, for example, and there you are. Some people are using EasyOS this way. They think it's great. One advantage, of course, is if you've got windows open, they tend to obscure the icons underneath. So you have to drag the window away to show the icons. That's one little reason for having it all in the tray. Anyway, that's enough.